Hello everyone, how are you? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. This is the Mauritanian podcast, episode 5, and today's I am hosting two special guests, also my friends, Mr. Sidi Mohamed and Mr. Yousouf. Weird to use Mr. But anyway, guys, how are you? How's it going?
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm really happy to be here.
And thank you as well. As Yousouf said, we are really thankful to be here with you. We are grateful as well to explore things with you.
Thank you, man. Do you want to go ahead and just talk about yourself? What can you say about yourself?
All right. My name is Yousouf, Mohamed Yousouf, and I'm English student. Yeah. I'm currently enrolled in the Hub Center, and that's all.
Yeah, me too. I'm an English learner. I teach English as well. And I think that's the only thing that interests you right now, right? Mm-hmm. So we are just a couple of guys who are speaking English and learning and teaching.
A couple of guys, self-helping yourself, bro.
Exactly. All right, guys. Let's start with this question. How can you be valuable in the Mauritanian market? And if you can to list 3 top areas and fields that, if you know them, then you're more likely to get a better salary or a better opportunities out there.
So, should I start? Okay. For me, I would give 3 reasons. Not 3 reasons, but 3 areas in which you can develop yourself in order to be valuable to the marketplace. The first thing is communication skills. Mm-hmm. You have to hone them, because it's really important and necessary to be able to convince, persuade.
Yeah, true.
To be able to argue and to be able to as well to present your ideas. Maybe they are revolutionary and people are not going to accept them first, but because of your ability to speak and to convince, you can gain people.
Okay,
so that is the first thing. The second thing is that just you have to master what you do. That is the second thing. No matter what is your field, you have all the time to aspire to be a master. By being a master, you have to adopt the mentality of being a learner all the time. Don't feel satisfied. Don't settle, I would say, and all the time learn about things, about what you do, whether it is theoretical or applicable. Mm-hmm. So that is the second thing. The third thing is that you have to be flexible. I do believe that flexibility is not a soft skill; it's a hard skill.
Okay.
You must learn it. You have to be flexible and resilient. You have to know that there is no one way. There are many ways. So those are the 3 things I think that can allow you to be valuable to the marketplace. Okay. No matter where it is, whether it is in our country or in another place. So.
Yeah. But what job or what field can you find that?
What do you mean?
Being eloquent and have the ability to speak properly and eloquently and convince and all that. But what field that is more of what you just said related?
Yeah, it's related to communication.
Oh, communication. Oh, okay. Like sales too?
Yeah, and sales, I would say saleship or sales, I'd say sales.
Yeah.
They require you to be a good communicator, even if you are a teacher or if you are a physicist or whatever. What is your field? You have to be able to express your ideas. Because imagine with me, if you have revolutionary ideas, but you are not going to you don't have the ability to make them come across.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I agree, 100%.
So that's what I meant, I think.
That makes sense, yeah. And you, Yousouf?
Well, what can I add for what my teacher have said? For me, I'm not an expert, so I can share my real experience in the market.
Your humble experience.
In fact, I'm not humble. In fact, I'm not. I have a short experience in the market here. I've been in 2 to 3 different jobs in the market.
Yeah.
But those knowledge I've acquired from my education, and whether it's offline or online, have proven to me that Mauritanian market what we've learned is not applicable on the market here, on the local market here. So I'm more of into going out, actually immigration stuff. Okay. So I'm not convinced of the market here. By the way, I've come across a book that been a study. It's a multiple studies that have been conducted about the market here, the local market. It was really fascinating. I couldn't have the book or borrow it, but I've took a picture of it. It's very rare. It's in English, by the way.
Okay.
I have it. What's the title of it?
I don't remember the title, but I do have a picture of it in my phone.
Okay.
So as I said before, I'm not convinced by this market that's unstable.
Yeah.
no studies have been made about it. It's a black market.
Yeah.
It's a black market. No, there is no or companies or that can share their resources with us. How do they hire people? How do they people gain experience inside those fields?
Yeah.
So it's a blank there. It's lots of questions around around it. So
I think Yousouf has brought something to my mind. I would say Yousouf said something really interesting, which is that here the market is not stable because for two reasons. One of them is that no matter how good you are in the things you do, you are not hired just because you are qualified or you know what you do. Mm-hmm. There are more things into that. But so I would say what I have given is just applicable ideas that can help you to be valuable no matter where you are. Mm-hmm. But Yousouf is correct by saying that he's not seeing those advice applicable in our market because they are not a sense of or the basis on which they select and they hire people.
Oh, okay. All right.
Exactly.
So, what does that mean? So how can someone make it here in Mauritania? How can you make it as a teacher? How can you make it as, if you're starting a project or something?
Well, as I said before, I'm not convinced by this market.
Okay.
And I don't have.
But convinced in what way?
Huh?
Convinced like what?
I mean, I don't. As I told you before, say that you want to enroll in a company.
Okay.
Let's say if it's any company that you ever heard of, was it banking or any field, in any field.
Yeah.
Try to find their resources. Mm-hmm. Anyone have worked there, and search how are their let's say how are they going to operate their system? Mm-hmm. How do they work? How do they pay their employees?
Okay.
All of those details and stuff are not available.
Oh.
So you always having lots of questions. You don't even know what is the path for going inside of that. No. Uh-huh. You can rarely find someone who can give you much detail inside of you of those fields. Yeah. So it's not organized. It's not clear.
Yeah. There are no clear reasons why people are hired. Yes. Everything is chaotic.
Oh, yes. Okay. There is no clear exactly. what. Yeah. I've contacted several of them. Yeah. Asking about the CV and stuff. They do not ask about CV, by the way. I've prepared my CV.
Yeah,
organize it well, make it PDF, and send it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I didn't receive any
response.
Any response from any one of them. They don't use their emails. They don't use any of this. I've tried to contact their website if they have a Facebook page or something. Yeah. Contact those numbers. Sometimes they are not. They don't exist.
But so what do they hire based off? That's the question. Sidi Mohamed?
I can tell you it's networking. Most of networking. Yeah. You need to know someone from inside, and not everyone.
Yeah.
Someone from senior level inside that.
Yeah.
That's
so you can. Yeah.
I think that's my answer as well. Mm-hmm. Just to elaborate more, I would say, to be blatant, because this is our own reality.
Okay.
Is that here, the basis on which people are hired is not clear. I mean, it's obvious for us, but they try to make us oblivious of how they hire. Mm-hmm. They think that they advertise to us the idea that we need to be qualified.
Yeah.
Though if we come and apply for any job, we are not going to be hired on the basis of that.
Okay, yeah, that's a problem.
So it's known that you must know someone, as I said, to push you a bit, and then you have your own.
Don't you think that is gotten better in comparison with just in the past? Just a little bit better.
You want me to be honest? I think.
To be more than honest.
I think things are going worse right now.
Okay.
To be honest, because here in our, I'm not generalized, but
I can't agree.
But at least here things are not going better. And that's the idea.
All right. So let's just talk about something else. Okay.
Okay.
No, it's sort of related to this. If you were to start a business, right? Mm-hmm. What would you invest in? Like, what would you bet on
That's,
the most
that's
for a small business?
a hard question to answer. But the idea that I have right now
Yeah.
is that here educational projects are not that much successful because here learning is not promoted. Education is not that much valuable, I would say. So if you want to make something, a business here in our country, you must think of something that is, it's normal, that is needed and demanded. Which I don't know exactly what is the project is, but I would say if you have a chance to stabilize and to establish a project that is not educational,
Yeah.
that is going to be more rewarding because our society doesn't give any sort of value to it. That is the reality.
All
As
right.
you can see, you can see.
And Yousouf?
So how am I supposed to start a business in a place where I can't find find much information about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to run to run some surveys.
Oh yeah, surveys,
You
stats.
Ask people know much about the
The
market,
market, yeah.
about the customers, the location, all
Yeah.
of those details
That's
stuff.
true. That's true.
Okay.
I need to know about the receiver, the
Yeah.
end user,
The people.
the customers who are in need or supposed to be in need of this.
Yeah.
How are they going to interact with this service?
Okay.
Are they going to receive it? Are they going to accept it? So all these stuff you need to be aware of before you start your business. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not available.
All right. And so it's like, so you're saying like it's not worth it to just go there and invest in anything whatsoever because you would need this data? Or
But
is that
it's
what you're
not for me. I've never started one. I've
Yeah.
heard a friend of mine who once started a really promising project in cultivating agriculture
Yeah.
Culture.
That's good.
and those stuff. Ever since he was trying to gather information here and there. He even went to Morocco to do more research. But as well, still there are some
Yeah.
big gaps inside
Gaps in
those
there.
steps and those procedures. He can't just go ahead and invest all that money for unclear business or.
Yeah.
So it's still there are much obstacles in there.
Okay.
For someone who wants to know what he's doing, you
Yeah.
can. Otherwise, you're just going to copy the others. You're just
Yes.
going to imitate the others, and that won't be valuable. You need to search for adding value for these
Yeah,
people,
true.
and you can't know much about these people because
Yeah.
because it's not.
So
It's
can
never
I-
been studied before.
Okay.
Can I-
It's a chaos, bro.
Yeah, okay, chime in, say what you want.
Yeah.
By the
can-
way, I'm sorry for being like
it's okay.
dark here,
It's okay.
but it's the true reality. I
Yeah,
just want
this
to
is
be
the
honest.
true reality in your opinion. Yeah, we get it.
I would say
It's not
that
the reality.
Yousouf is saying something rational,
Yeah.
which is if the businessman is detail sensitive and he believes he has some sort of faith in organizing and knowing things beforehand, this is not the ground on which you can establish your own business.
Okay.
But if you are chaotic and you have that mentality, that not African mentality, but the Mauritanian mentality, which is just jump and try your chance and go through trial and error, I think this is a ground for you.
Yeah.
But if you are going to study and apply some sort of research and so on and so forth,
Okay.
I think you might find some. If you've got some data, you will have it deceiving
Yeah.
because people are not honest that much, and as well the trend is elusive.
Okay.
Something might be demanded today, tomorrow it's not demanded. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's
And what do you think? Like, what is the reason behind that?
that's a good question.
Yeah, because like, yeah, what's the reason behind that? Is just because there are no stats? Like, why can't someone just like,
No, just-
you have a business? Why don't you just study it? Why don't you just
Let
go
me
ahead
tell you
and
something.
study what's the need and
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's very good, sir. So here, as we know, we don't put that much faith in science.
Yeah.
We believe that experience is the invention, not the invention, the source of I would say, flourishing and all of that.
Yeah, sure.
So that's the reason behind this. Because if we don't believe that marketing is good,
Yeah.
is helping, is science, and as well doing research is good for your own business well-being, I would say.
Yeah.
So So that's the source idea behind this. The source reason behind this is that, for example, if you came to a guy who's got a project and you tell him, okay, you have to do marketing. So he's going to tell you, okay, what's marketing? And you have to do something. You have to attract, you have to retain your own customers. You have to satisfy their needs and so on and so forth. He's not going to think of this in. Wait, let me tell him.
Yeah,
because he's more of output oriented.
Yeah.
Than value oriented.
Okay.
He just thinks of money and how much money he's going to gain from this. I'm not saying this just because I see some projects in some fields here, is that they extract money from you, but they are not taking you into consideration. Let's give an example, a simple example.
They don't give much.
Like you as a citizen, or
no, the telecommunication companies. I'm not going to satisfy.
Okay.
But one of them is not retaining the customers. Is not taking their own satisfaction into consideration.
Okay.
They sometimes even take your credit away from you. And it has happened to me like many times.
Okay.
So this is the context of it. So this is the idea.
Yeah, I mean, sort of corruption thing, but okay. Yeah, do you want to add something?
No. I've already clarified my opinion.
All right. So, like, if you were like when you talked about, oh no, they don't know about marketing. They don't know about those like marketing strategies. But isn't that your job to do? I'm talking about you as a person. If you want to invest in here, right? You have an audience. That's all what you need. You have people that are willing to get your whatever you're offering, like your service. Yeah. So why this is not applicable? Okay. That's the question.
I'm glad you brought it up by saying, why aren't you willing to invest in here?
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I'm not willing to invest in here.
But why?
Because it doesn't worth it.
But you have audience that will take your service if they want it.
No, there is no audience. There's no audience that will accept that will accept. So this market.
Yeah.
This market has been, I can't say organized, but have been going in a certain way that once you come with that well-organized system, they're not going to be well received.
Oh.
They're not going to accept it in that way. And we know our people. We know how we need to receive the services. So if you have that mentality, you won't find much support here.
Okay.
And much of your support, your effort will go in vain. I don't think it's
empty-handed.
For me. In my opinion, I think you can, if you put that, invest that effort in somewhere else. Yeah. Will be much valued and much.
Well, like Morocco, for example.
Any other country but Mauritania. For sure.
Okay, that's kind of extreme. Okay, but okay, I said
just one idea before moving on.
It's a reality and it's tough.
Yeah, just one idea.
Okay.
From the perspective of the customer.
Yeah.
Or client. For example, if you are offering a high quality product,
yeah,
no matter what is the nature of that product, and you are not working so much on glimmering, for example.
What is glimmering?
I would say. Lightening.
Oh, lights. Lightning and all that. Yeah, light.
If you are not advertising and exaggerating, people are not going to come to you.
Yeah.
Even if they came to you and they know that they are provided with high quality products, people here in our country, I would say, I'm not going to generalize, but this is the idea. They believe more in, I would say, they are attracted more not by the quality, but by the quantitative flow of customers, I would say. Okay. You understand me? For example, let's take an example. Yeah. You see, for example, a project that provides people with high quality products, and another one that provides people with low quality products. But
okay.
The one that is providing low quality products is advertising, exaggerating more than the one that is providing high quality products. People are going to be attracted by low quality. So we are not quality oriented, as I told you. If you are going to apply and we need to satisfy our customers' needs and we need to retain them and we need all the time to be improving, this is going to drain you first as project owner. Okay. And second, you are not going to fulfill that much.
All right. So let me give you two scenarios. If you were to just to work for people or to start your own business, which one is like the better of, what's that word? The lesser of two evils? What's going to be the lesser of two evils?
Yeah, true. Go ahead.
Well, for me, you're getting me more into this business planning and business
Yeah, and
Yeah.
strategies.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm not there yet
Yes.
to give much details about this stuff. But all I'm caring about now, or all I'm interested in now, is investing more into myself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
acquiring more skills,
That's
more
nice.
in-demand skills. I'm not talking about the market here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about outside this country.
Yeah. Skills stuff.
There are many skills that are much valued outside this country,
Yeah.
and I'm working on getting there.
Yeah.
As they, all this new generation are thinking of jumping over the.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about that.
But then I-
We'll
okay,
definitely
but
talk about that.
what I'm saying, I'm acquiring much of, let's say, new skills
Mm-hmm.
that can be someone who has those skills can work with them wherever he is, like remotely.
Yeah.
He
If
can
you-
have some job remotely.
If you were to live outside, right?
You can even start them from here,
Yeah.
but the services
destination
are services are provided widely.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Value.
I'll just add something back to that.
Yeah.
To the question, I would say, of course, it's normal that it's known, logically speaking, that financial independence is fulfilled not by going by remoting to your, not remoting, I would say, but by having a regular job.
Yeah.
You go to it in the morning and you come back in the evening and you are going to fulfill your own financial independence, and that's not truthful. What is
Mhm.
known is that if you have your own business, it's better for you.
Okay.
So that's the logic of it.
In general,
In general.
it's better. Okay. I think it's enough with the business.
Yes,
All right.
please
Let's just
move on with
move
this
to something
business.
else. No, I just wanted to have people to understand what you guys are saying. You know.
Okay.
Let's just talk about motivation. And what is the definition of motivation for you, in your opinion, in your own words? And what are people that inspire you the most? And just touch on motivation and discipline, etc. Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to go ahead, Sidi Mohamed first, or Yousouf?
Let's go.
It's fine with me. For what can I say exactly? Motivation. I'm motivated by many people around the world. I'm more into online stuff. I spend much of my time taking some courses, watching some podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm motivated by anyone who have achieved someone who has reached a certain level of independency
Mm-hmm.
on his own, so he's not waiting for someone to give him a hand
No.
in any way.
Yeah.
Someone who is independent,
Yeah.
whether it's financially or emotionally or anything. So he can stand on his own feet. So those people are really inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And you said motivation.
Yeah. What is motivation for you? And
Definition of motivation. Motivation is anything that wake you up in the morning, excited to do. Motivation is what keeps you, drives you to move
Get you fired up.
and act and act away, act
that
up.
is not-
So
yeah.
what
Yeah.
drives you?
Yeah.
What drives you? It's motivation.
All right. And
Guide
what about
you.
discipline? What is like?
Discipline is-
Would you would you prioritize discipline and motivation? And how do they come together to make you a better person?
No.
Discipline is tough to be acquired. To be acquired, actually, discipline is hard, and it's only gained after a long period of practicing it over and over.
Yeah.
And it's not only in one thing. Discipline it's something you apply on all your life, in your daily routine, in your studying and in work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lifestyle skill that people struggle to acquire and
Definitely,
achieve.
yeah. Everybody.
I'm working on myself to discipline myself in a certain area where I feel loose, can't control myself, watching stuff that can consume lots of my time with no benefit in return. I'm working on my discipline. Discipline definitely is the most important one.
Yeah.
With discipline, you don't need motivation. You just
Yeah.
go and do it. Go do it, and act
Alright.
immediately. So
Nice.
we need both, but
that's good.
discipline definitely is the most important one.
Okay, cool.
So just I define it simply by saying it's just the primitive flame that you have towards something, for example.
Okay.
Just experiencing something new, and it seems to be interesting. And like for example, you feel that you are driven toward acquiring it or having it or getting it and whatever. So I think it's just the primitive sense of that. And discipline is more of everlasting, more of consistent feeling that you have, which is not comforting,
Yeah.
which is challenging, which drives you to do it no matter what. And that's, as you said, is a skill and it's not easy. We have tried many times to be disciplined. Sometimes you be
Yeah.
disciplined, and sometimes you don't feel like it, and you quit it. It's normal.
You feel at
It's
it.
humane because we are put on a survival mode. So everything that is challenging and is getting us out of our
Like,
comfort
yeah.
zone is not. We don't feel like
Survival.
doing it. So I more of it's normal. It's general to say that motivation is cool, but discipline is the essence of any sort of achievement. So we need to be disciplined, of course.
Okay, Yousouf, how do you get your motivation from? Where do you get your motivation from? Is it just like
Once I
from
used to-
life or
I
from
used
people?
I used to really be in need of having motivation to get things started. I need to feel motivated to do this. I need motivation to start and those stuff. But once I've read a book, what is it? I think I don't remember its title, but the main idea is this: you don't need motivation, but as soon as you start it, then you can gain motivation.
Oh,
You
okay.
start first, and motivation will come first. Do not rely on motivation to start, because motivation won't last forever. You won't be inspired and feel actively going and energetic to do stuff. So motivation is not it will come after. You should not wait for motivation to start things.
To start,
and,
you know.
and if we are trying to sort them out, to categorize them into two categories, I would say this: motivation is more emotional, and discipline is more mental.
Rational, yes.
Okay.
You see, so if you rely on your own emotions and desire to do things, you are not going to be disciplined.
Okay.
But
Makes
if you are basing your own action and your own movement towards things on the basis of the mental analysis and on the basis of logic,
Yeah.
of course you are going to stick to it longer than your emotions, because sometimes emotions come and go.
Come and go.
So this is
Yeah. All right, Yousouf, what is your favorite quote?
I remember one about time,
Okay. But you don't remember exactly verbatim.
I don't know
Okay.
exactly the words, but it's mainly about time, and it's like you are time or something like that. You are time.
You
so
are
do
time.
not waste yourself and something like that.
Catchy.
It's-
Okay.
yeah.
Cheesy. All right. Okay. Cool.
It's really it's
And
take
who's your favorite-
attention to your time.
Who is your favorite
It's the main research that you have, so.
Who is your favorite motivational speaker?
Vision speak. Oh, I do remember his face
Yeah.
very well, but his
Even
name is
John Rohan,
no, that's not.
Eric Thomas,
No,
Oh,
it's something Stacy. Oh, no,
Les
it's not
Brown?
Stacy. No.
Tasty.
No. This
Tasty.
his last name is. His
It's
feet-
probably
His
tasty.
feet are tasty, definitely.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
see.
No. Oh, Brand Trace.
Brown Trace.
Brown Trace.
He's the author of.
Oh, authors.
Yeah, he's an author. He's a motivational speaker. He's an author of.
All right. Okay. So Mohamed.
I would say my like that.
find it
I have
difficult
many.
to remember the
I
names.
listen to many, by the way, like just 3 of them.
So into the mic.
Okay, the first one is like there are many. Okay, so I will categorize them on the basis of my own
Okay.
preference. I would say the first one is John Rohan. I recommend that to all.
Joe Rogan.
John Rohan.
Oh, Joan Rogan.
Joan Rogan.
Oh, I don't know that one.
To all the
Who's he?
listeners, he's an American salesman
Oh.
and motivational speaker. He
Okay.
passed away recently, I would say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But he's got books, and he's
Same as
like, if
the
you
one
listen
I'm
to his
talking
own, to his own preaching,
Yeah.
I would say he's really knowledgeable, and he's relying his motivation more on logic than emotion.
Then emotion. Okay.
So I have John Rohan. There is Eric Thomas. He's known. He has a
Eric
new
Thomas,
book.
Yeah.
Own Yourself, or You Own Yourself, a new book. And there
Yeah.
is the last one. Is Les Brown.
Oh yeah, I know. That's
Brown.
Brown. Rest in peace, Les Brown.
Yeah.
Can I say Ya Rahman? No. But okay.
So just before passing,
Yeah.
you asked what is your favorite motivational quote.
Yeah, quote. Yeah.
So I have a quote which is I use it all the time. It's use it or you lose it.
Use it or you lose it.
So you apply this on use it or you lose it.
Whether-
on the basis of all the aspects in the like on the basis of your aspect.
Yeah, like
Your life's
skills.
aspects. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't use yourself to do better things,
Okay.
you are decaying.
Mm-hmm.
So you are dying. If you don't use your brain, you will lose. If you don't use your own body and you try to shape your physicality,
Okay.
you are going to lose your body and you are going to be feeble. So,
All right. Okay. Now we'll move on. We're gonna talk about
What?
relationships.
Oh no.
But in a sense of what
In a
is
respectful way.
yeah. So for you, Yousouf and Suhan, what is a real man? Like who is a real man for you? Right?
Here
Who's
we
a
go.
real man?
that's hard to define, by the way.
I mean, yeah, but for you,
Okay.
who's a
Okay,
real
let
man?
let me tell you this. All your questions are more of like deep question of
Yeah.
Deep. Okay.
Challenging.
That's good.
I didn't prepare for this,
Slippery.
so I don't know what to say exactly. I need to be like preparing for this deep question. This is more insightful,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
thoughtful question.
Okay.
What is a real man? This is
Yeah. Reflective.
philosophical.
Yes.
A man who's the one who can get the job done.
Okay.
That's nice. Yeah, that's
Get the job done in all aspects.
That's
In
nice.
all
That's-
aspects.
In all aspects. Good.
That's
I
nice.
totally try not to move in that direction. Okay. Okay, let's keep going.
Just define it blatantly and
Yeah.
obviously, I would say.
Yeah.
It's just like what he said, but I would say this: a man is a human creature
Yeah.
who can take everything that is negative
Hmm.
and turn it into something positive.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's
Leader.
dope. That's dope.
So that's it.
I definitely
That's-
need a bomb there, but okay.
Bomb in it.
Great. All right. Okay. And who is a real woman?
Oh my gosh. I don't want to be.
Bro, we don't have the gender war here. So
Like when do you call a woman? When
it's
do
a
you?
logical thing.
When a woman is 10 for you?
Okay.
When is she 10? Like 10 on 10?
Okay, I would say this. When it's exactly you are able to say this is 10
Okay.
woman, right?
Oh.
So I think there are some characteristics, but I will say just two of them.
Okay.
I don't want to defend anyone.
You
All
said
right.
10?
And I will articulate only two.
Oh,
There are
Okay.
many. The first one is femininity.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman is feminine and
wonderful.
she's submissive and she's able to take her own role, of course, it is not diminishing her own
Okay.
importance and significance.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 10. That is a 10. If
Okay.
she's not masculinated by media and she's trying to take the role of masculine,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's dope.
Okay. Great.
This is the first thing. The second thing
Well-
is she's able to communicate.
Okay.
If you are going to I would say consult me
Mm-hmm.
by saying what is the only thing that is really important in a woman to be easygoing and to be understanding, I would say communication. If a woman is able to communicate her own needs and emotions and she understands you and she's able to sit down with you and discuss with you,
Mm-hmm.
of course the relationship is going to be
Yeah, that makes
long-lasting.
sense. True,
So
I
those
agree.
are the two things I think.
Mm-hmm. And you, Yousouf?
well, that's well said, mashallah. I can't add anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say? It's
You said you can't add anything.
Yeah, I can't add anything.
Okay,
Inshallah, well
so if you were to marry, right? If you were to marry here in Mauritania, who would be like what a man should marry a woman based off? You know, for a better marriage, for a marriage that's gonna sustain, it's gonna maintain for as long as it can.
That's
wow,
nice.
wow,
That's
what can I say? We turn into.
I don't know, man.
A social
You're a
expert.
man.
No, I
Well,
just
grown
All I
up?
can say this.
Okay.
anyone who are entering this state of life where he going to choose his partner, it's going to be all about this. At the end of the day, it's going to be all about understanding your own personality. So if you really understand yourself, you will know which type of people you will get along with, which type of people you feel comfortable being around and living with. Yeah. So if you really understand yourself, what type of character do you have, what type of people who you are,
compatibility,
then you can easily see and choose the
right one.
The right one.
So I would say this. I just add something.
Yeah.
As we know, I'm not going to claim anything that is not truthful on the basis of my own observations and my own experiences.
Yeah.
Or my own experience, I would say this. You have to choose someone that is able to build with you. And that's not the case here, unfortunately. I'm not, by the way, offending anyone. To be offensive.
I mean, that's your real opinion.
They are already offended.
Yeah. Just because, like, nowadays, when you see the things that are trendy, is that societal norms are changing into a really slippery trajectory, I would say. Family nowadays is not important.
Yeah, true.
So when you see two people come together to build a family, they are not building a family. They are conducting a business.
True.
You see?
That's a tough one.
That's good.
So just to be realistic.
That's a big label right there, huh?
That's a good one.
So you see whether the man is trying to play his own character in order to fit, right? And to just experience things. I don't know what other things are, but I would say he's just trying to have some sort of adventures. And the woman as well is not trying to. She's just trying to maybe not gain money by this. Yeah. But I would say she's trying first to satisfy the societal needs by getting married, and second of all, she's just seeing things as business. Yeah. And the man as well. Okay. So this is what I see. If you happen to find a person who is building a family, stick to that person. Okay. This is what I'm advising someone to. To get a decision that is on the basis of construction and not distraction. So this is my own take on this. But I'm not trying to offend, as I said, I'm just verbalizing maybe what I see realistic. Yeah.
Well, all I can say is that you drop a big bomb over there, and good luck with that.
A bomb that is bigger than any bomb I have here.
Yeah, good luck with that, bro.
I'm not claiming that. I'm not claiming that the majority of women here are trying to conduct a business as the same way as a man. But I'm saying the societal representation of marriage. Right now. It's family is not sacred. Family is just a stage. Yeah. So the man doesn't care and the woman doesn't care. That's why I say this.
All right.
So it's not because they are money driven. Yeah. And it's not because men are adventure driven, but just because of the society and those norms and those things.
Good. But does the blame go like both ways, or like mainly from the female?
Of course, both ways.
Yeah. Okay.
Because right now we are at a point which is really devastating to our own ability to survive as a country. Nowadays, the number of marriages is decreasing. Yeah. Not because women are not wife material, or men are playful, but because of the society and how things are played out, and how elderly people advising their own youthful not siblings, I would say, what's that word? Their own offspring, to take and to see marriage in that particular way. Yeah. Because it's known that men are not taking responsibility and women are not taking as well responsibility of trying to renovating the gaps within the relationship and trying to survive together. Okay. The first problem, like the man runs away and the woman starts complaining, and they are not trying to find a mutual ground on which they can discuss
Yeah, that's true.
And as well, don't forget the societal demands is one of the reasons.
Yeah.
The societal demands are really heavy loaded, because the man is expected to be a bank,
Yeah.
and the woman as well must comply to the societal norms and the societal demands in order to be seen in a positive light.
Okay.
And that's not because she's insecure, and not because she's bad,
Yeah.
but just she's trying to she's willing just to be submissive in order to be approved.
Submissive to what?
To the societal demands. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
fulfill them, you are going to be criticized. You are not going to be. You are going to be decried. You are not. You are going to be. I would say, hold accountable,
Okay.
and you are going to be seen as a loser, and as a failure, and as a burden within the society. So maybe
okay.
those are the reasons why the woman is more of money oriented right now, and the man is more of adventure oriented as well.
Okay. Okay. And you, Yusuf, what do you think? You
Well,
probably have less to say about it,
I
but
have
okay.
less to say about this.
Yeah.
All I can say is that eventually you put, I think you put the blame on the elder, right?
Yeah, well, like they propagate the idea that marriage is not sacred, no longer sacred. It's just a game. You get into it and you make it for a couple of months or years, I would say, and then
Yeah.
everyone runs away. Maybe the mother takes the responsibility most of the time, but the blame is on those people who have embedded the idea that marriage is not sacred and the family is not the ultimate goal.
It's not number one.
Of
Yeah.
marrying.
Oh,
The
yeah.
ultimate goal of marrying is just to fulfill the needs of the society and to be seen to be successful as a woman and successful as a man. The man is able to offer the demands of the woman is pretty enough to be married. So to be married.
Yeah.
So that's the idea actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Without need to say, it's obvious that our society are making marriage hard on the
Difficult.
youth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's clear, and as he mentioned, because of the tradition stuff and the elderly
Tradition.
imposing their thoughts and their norms,
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason.
All right. So do you think like these is it the Mauritanian tradition that is now, or is it like the emerging now? Like now, the traditions now have changed. Is that like what made it difficult? Because I think one would argue that in the past we still have traditions, but marriage is a lot more stable
That's a
and
good
maintained. You see what I'm saying?
That's the reality.
So is it that we over exaggerated the traditions and we made them in a way that not supportive to a long lasting marriage, or what? See what I'm saying?
That's very good question.
That's a good question. Definitely, it's evolving in a bad way. So they are.
So in a bad way?
Yeah, it was back in then. They had tradition and they still, but it was affordable. It was affordable. But now, because the internet makes everything,
Yeah.
they try to imitate and add stuff. Every now and then, you heard of something you never heard of before. You heard of such something like I don't like saying the word exactly.
Yeah.
But I'll try to translate them. Like
Okay.
the look, the week out something.
The week?
The weekend. It's not the weekend. It's like the week out, like getting out of the week, like the first week stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
stuff.
and other stuff. Every now and then they.
But
add
still,
and
but
new
people
stuff.
still marry even though it's demanding.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about when you're
Yeah,
already there in the marriage,
Okay.
and then you divorce. Like, what are the reason? And then you touched on it's demanding, but also you don't have a woman that's gonna build with you, right? But is that just financially?
You're just trying to trap me. Okay.
I'm not
The idea-
trapping you,
yeah,
because
the
that's what
idea
you
is-
said.
The idea is this.
Yeah.
You're talking
But
about two people who have already married and why they decide to divorce.
Of course.
Right? So the fact is this. I've never experienced with this.
Okay.
But we are observant human beings.
Yeah.
We can benefit from others' experiences.
Yeah.
Experience, I would say. So that's why I'm saying this. The woman has been raised to devalue the importance of a family.
Okay.
And they embedded in her mind that a man is, I would not say is a commodity,
Okay.
but the man is not that much important because when you get divorced, you'll
Yeah.
have another man. You will be more desired.
Okay.
You see, and you'll have more adventures. And the man as well.
Wait. I don't agree, to be
you-
honest.
You getting
Like,
wait.
where are you getting this from?
No.
You
Listen,
getting yourself killed.
No,
You're
no,
getting
I'm not-
yourself into
By the
trouble,
way,
bro.
I'm not
All I
trying-
can say.
listen.
No, I'm just saying, where are you getting
listen,
this from?
No, listen. Well, just if you are talking about like we hear, the problem is that if you are saying something controversial and is not known or is not verbalized,
Yeah.
people think that you are just trying to be rude.
Yeah.
That's not the fact.
Okay.
Just worrying
The
about your
fact is
safety.
this. Yeah,
Go.
I know. The fact is this one.
What is
Is this. I told you the woman is not raised to value marriage. You see?
Okay.
So this is the first reason. The second reason is that men as well
Yeah.
are not raised to take responsibility and to stick to their families. The moment that problems come, the father run away. Or the moment that the woman is not as beautiful as she used to be,
Okay.
he's going, maybe that's one of the reasons. I don't know exactly
Okay.
what's precisely is this, but this is just the idea.
Okay.
The man is not raised to take responsibility and to stick to his family, and the woman is not raised to value the family and to fight for it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but do you think that's something new? Because in my experience, for example, I've seen a lot of couples, a lot of people that have made it to their 40s and their 50s in marriage.
But
And I've seen this idea of like marriage is important, and we have this idea of having a lot of moms and dads that are like in their 50s or in their 60s, you know. And especially like for my mom, she was always encouraging of whenever there's a divorce, she's always encouraging of like getting back. So if you tell me that, oh, we have this idea of like we're not putting a lot of effort into the staying together into marriage, I don't see that, at least in my surroundings. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me give you an example.
Okay.
You are comparing two things that
Yeah.
are not comparable.
Okay. What is
You
it?
are saying my mother's generation.
Oh yeah. So then specify the
They see-
generation. Okay.
They
Good.
see marriage to be important.
Okay.
But what I'm saying right now is that I'm talking about the right moment,
Okay.
the present moment,
The right moment. Yeah.
right? Marriage is not held
To the same standards.
Is not held to a valued extent from the society, because what we see right now is that marriage, two people get married, they spend a couple of months and they divorce.
Yeah.
So how like
That's
I
such a.
don't- you see.
That's my question. Yeah.
So I think that's the point that I try to
Okay.
debate about.
Okay. So do you agree? This is just my theory. Do you agree that a lot of marriages they fail because it's not based on love? I think that every woman that is now marrying with some guy, she had to like sacrifice some guy that she loves, but she can't be with for like tribal reasons or for the fact that she can't be with this man. There's a woman who has loved someone and she wanted to be with this person because she loves him for what he is, but she can't be with him because the tribe or her family wouldn't approve. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of any like similar
Of course,
stances?
It's no that we have. For example, I'm not going to get into detail, but I will say this.
Yeah.
In our society, there are norms that are put.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that you can marry, some people you can't marry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It hasn't been made by me. It has been made by society.
Crazy.
And I don't see any sort of rationality in that because there are no differences since the two families are at least from the same race.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of complications, and that's why we see nowadays that.
Did he said race?
No, I'm just.
You're
I'm
talking
not
to the
trying.
mic?
By the way, don't go.
I'm sorry.
Don't put words into his mouth.
I
Okay, question.
Yeah, bro.
What are, for you, Yousouf and you, what are 3 things about our culture that we should keep and 3 things that we should get rid of?
Okay, go. Please.
What are?
3 things that we should keep about our culture and 3 things that we should get rid of because they are of no use for our culture.
If we were to filter
And weed out.
our culture
Speaking to the mic, please.
into the modern society, I don't think we should keep anything. But I would say it's obvious. There are some traditions that's just a burden. That's just an obstacle in between like raising a family or starting a family.
Like
And
what?
It's obvious. Like the expensive of Mahar, let's say,
The expenses.
the expenses,
No.
they add in lots of stuff that wasn't required before.
Yeah.
So it's obvious. Those are
Nonsense?
Listen to youth. Listen to the young people what's young people are complaining from.
But do you think that's everywhere?
Yeah, that's everywhere actually.
Every
That
society
is
has
that
its
is
own
yeah
sides,
that is
you know.
everywhere.
Yeah, true.
And,
But some people, I've heard some like couple of tribes
yeah.
are gathering around and saying this can be
Discussing this.
discussing this and saying this can be overlooked.
Approved,
This can
yeah.
be keep going like this,
Okay.
and they put some limitation and regulation for those
Or willing
traditions.
to marry.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
to easy this
To ease the
stuff.
process of this.
I would say this. I will add something.
Yeah.
There are three things that I think we need to keep.
Okay.
But right now they are withering away.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is generosity. We've been known to be generous, but of course that is decreasing.
Yeah.
The level of generosity is being dwindling.
Yeah.
Is dwindling, I would say. That is the first thing to keep. We need to
Yeah.
be more of generous as we used to be.
Need to work on it.
Yeah, to work on it. And the second thing that we need to keep is social solidarity. We need to be more of accommodating to others who are close to us, and that is decreasing as well.
Okay.
It is dwindling. Maybe it's one of the characteristics of modernity
Okay.
as a society. We've been more accommodating than right now. The third, I think, is, I don't know exactly, I don't have that in mind right now, but I would say those two things.
Okay.
See?
Great.
For me, just a clear logic. Just what's put in, what is a clear obstacle. Just get rid of
Get
it.
rid
It's
of
not
it.
it's not a law like it's not traditional. Like it's not Sharia law. let's say.
Yeah, a rule of thumb.
And
I
then
get
one
it.
thing I think to be taken away from our culture, because it's intoxicating our culture,
Yeah.
which is the value that we give to those who have money more than those who are good spirited.
Who don't? Okay.
You see, who are more serving, who are more honest, who are more of patriotic. Because right now, as we know, we are more money oriented, despite the fact that you might be really bad a bad person, I would say,
Yeah.
and you don't take people seriously, and you lie and you steal and no matter what you do,
Money will cover
as
that.
long as you have money, you are going to be held to high esteem.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I think we need to balance back
Yeah.
our own unique nature that we used to have
Nice.
in the past, when a person was honest and audacious and courageous, I would say, and able to handle himself in a proper way, he used to be
Favored and
favored and approved of.
yeah.
But right now, even if you are the most virtuous and the humblest
Yeah. Money.
and the most honest, I would say, person, if you don't have that materialistic thing, you're not taken into consideration.
Money. Yeah. Money
So
talks.
I think
man.
Yousouf wants to add something, maybe.
I'm cool. I'm good.
Yousouf is not trying to. Okay.
You're good.
Yousouf,
Yousouf?
I've-
trying to be elusive.
I was
is not
hoping if you
verbalizing.
just skip from the first question this stuff.
Yeah, just.
I have no much to add. in
All
this
right.
topic, actually.
Okay.
So,
And the previous one as well.
And oh
Listen
my
to
god,
much
man,
details.
everything.
I hope that we are not going to be hated because we are verbalizing our thoughts.
Bro,
No, sure.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's okay.
you
I'd love to see all the
definitely
kind of
will be
comments.
discussed a lot about those stuff.
Okay.
But anyway, let's talk about we'll talk about this last topic, maybe a little bit something after.
No.
But what is your take on immigration? Should people immigrate
Ah,
illegally,
something I'd
unlawfully?
like to
What's that?
discuss. All right, finally.
Okay, go ahead, Yousouf.
Should people immigrate?
Illegally or lawful? Oh, I don't know.
Bro.
I mean, illegally. We have people
Bro.
immigrating illegally.
If you have any possible way to
Given-
flee,
Okay.
just do it. Do not
Alright.
ask. Do not ask Talil to jump over that.
Okay.
that wall.
Okay.
So you are supporting I mean,
You're for it.
whether
Absolutely,
is legal.
absolutely. There is
Absolutely, okay.
nothing to worry about here.
Okay.
What you going? If you leave this
Yeah,
country for
true.
20 years
Yeah.
and
You'll
you come
come back,
back,
you'll find the same. even if
Yeah,
it's not
you
worse,
recognize everything in Eastern.
it's the same.
Yeah, true.
The streets, the people, the
So,
tradition, everything.
Of
Yeah.
course, there are some people, there are young
Yeah.
people who have the idea
Okay.
that you need to be patriotic
Yeah.
and you need to stick to your own country and you try to struggle and try to better yourself, try to provide something to the country, to the nation, to the society. But of course, I would be realistic
Yeah.
because one hand doesn't clap.
True.
You see? So, of course, I am with the guy or the person who's got willingness to travel and to immigrate because here, as you know, the reality is dismal and miserable,
Yeah.
and suicide leading.
Okay.
So, of course, immigration is the key to anyone who doesn't have network, who doesn't have, I would say,
Who doesn't have a job, even if you have a job?
No, who doesn't have a strong access.
Even if you have a job.
Yeah.
If you have a well-paid job.
Wait. Who doesn't have
Okay.
a strong
Thanks for
access.
clarifying.
Yeah. Who doesn't have a strong access to
Okay.
embezzlement
Yeah.
of our nation's wealth, I would say.
Yeah.
So this is the idea. If you are a guy, of course, any person who is ambitious is not going to stick to be here. Is not going to be here all the time. He's not going to stick to this
Okay.
reality because it's discouraging. Yeah.
Who does have who does have the access of those privileged positions and leading positions in this country?
Of course,
I mean,
it's
Who
not.
has it?
Who has that access? I mean, give
everybody
me the
knows.
percentage of people who have the
Just
access.
maybe 10%, maybe 15%.
Like in terms of jobs?
No, in
In
terms of
terms-
accessibility
But
accessibility for those jobs.
to those.
but what you have to name the jobs. What jobs are you talking
those
about?
seniors. If for example, let's.
Go
It's
ahead.
known that it's. I'm not going to, by the way, to go as well extreme,
Uh-huh.
but I would say
I see
it's
what you're
known.
trying to do.
Yeah, no, it's known that if you don't have access to, okay,
Money?
I see. No. To the treasure
The treasure.
that we have here, that is being drained every day on a daily basis, and you don't have the nature of being hypocritical
Yeah.
and being having a more of still an inclination.
Okay.
And you can be evasive and you can lie.
Bro,
and you
you're getting yourself
Mhm.
in
can,
trouble.
you can step on. It is the reality, bro. You can step on your
Sure.
own morality,
Uh-huh.
and you can forget about honesty, and you can forget about being impartial.
Yeah.
Of course, you can stay here and you can benefit in the long run.
Yeah.
However, you are going to suffer. But if you are a person who is trying to stick to his own principles and to be all the time seeing himself in a positive light, of course, this is not a good environment in which you can be accommodated and
Bro.
like your needs will be fulfilled.
So how
Okay.
come you're not advocating
Okay.
immigrant?
I'm advocating immigration. I
Is
said.
advocating it?
I said
You're trying
even.
to take a
I'm just
a
giving
middle
reasons
position.
behind this. I'm just trying to not verbalize. I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to.
Okay,
And
that's
Newt,
a rational
anything
thing.
to say to that?
Huh?
Anything to say to what he said?
Yeah, I've already
I told
clarified
you.
my point.
Everything is said?
I told you.
Everything is said.
I told you he's not
Okay.
courageous enough. Okay.
All right. So,
Okay.
what would you say to the fact that yeah, like even if you go to the U.S., it's still not the best. Like, there's still corruption, right?
Okay.
Maybe you'll have to lie so you can get a job. Maybe you'll have to lie so you can get paid more. That's not honest either. So it's the same thing. If you can do it here, you have to lie. You get more money. You go to the U.S., you lie.
No,
you do
it's
things.
Not, it's not.
No.
It's not.
That's
Here.
why things in the U.S.
No.
are not controlled, and you can do just whatever you
No,
want.
bro, listen.
What do you mean by
And that's not genuine.
No, yeah. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Okay.
I'm saying two things. If you, for example, we are not in a society in which people are valued because of their qualifications, and this is known. You see? Wait.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying immigration is a key to survival.
Okay.
Okay? To
Yeah.
salvation.
All right.
So,
Oh,
yeah. If you are
That's
Yeah.
a big word.
if you are trying
big
to
word.
like you have
So
to be
you
in a
see,
society
It's a
in which
salvation. It's hell.
if you work on yourself and your value increases, you will have your own chance. Because I do believe that in any country, which is accepting our country, of course, with the exception of our country, if you work hard and you will have your own chances.
Yeah.
But here you can. I know some people who are really qualified, but they are still walking on their feet, on foot, I would say.
Yeah.
So imagine with me, some people are taking on some challenging responsibilities and they are not qualified, and those who are qualified are still trying to survive just to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are in USA, I do believe I've never been there,
Okay.
but if you are in USA and you work hard, and you will have your own value approved of, you will have your own chances.
But what is that value?
Like, people are not going to hire you just because you are from a tribe.
So that's the
Or
only
just
thing.
because your name is Habib.
But is that the only thing?
You know,
No,
the
I just
reason-
want to know. So let's just like
re-
one step at a time.
Okay.
Like, what do you value the most? It's not just. Are you talking about? Oh, there's hypocrisy here, that you have to be corrupt here so you can make it. But that goes the same thing even if you are in the U.S.
Of course, but I'm not.
You're not. You're not.
Yeah, I'm not.
So it's not that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not
go ahead.
corruption.
Okay.
It's just the reality. If a society is giving you value proportionate with your own value as a person,
Yeah.
you will have your own chance.
Okay.
But if you are in a society that doesn't give any damn thing about your own value, and you know that you are qualified, you know
But
you're
okay.
working
But
hard,
can you give me an example where you're not showing your value?
Okay, let me give an example.
Okay, just give me an example.
I told you that I know a guy who's really qualified in a given field,
Yeah.
wasn't yet had a chance to be recruited, though he's aspiring and he's pursuing chances.
Yeah.
But he's thrown away each time he tries.
Okay.
Why? Because he's not from
You see?
that family or that side or whatever.
Okay, but then what if you got a job here?
If you, I told you, listen, wait. Let me
Yeah,
give
okay.
one statement.
Okay, go.
This
I
is
still need to add
a
something.
toxic.
Okay.
This is a toxic environment to those who try to keep their own morality and their own principles.
100%
Why?
agree.
Because if you are sticking to your own principles, even if you are hired, you will be kicked out. Why? Because wait,
Yeah,
because
go
you are
ahead.
not complying to what is expected from you.
Yeah.
You are not helping others to smooth things out and try to make the process of embezzlement or the process of any sort of corruption
Yeah.
to take place.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm
But
saying.
here's the thing. So here's where you're not consistent, right? If you're gonna go to the U.S., right, you have to do things. There are not. There are sort of embezzlement, and there are some sort of disingenuity, right? It's the same process.
Yes, it's
So is it the fact that if you can get a job here in Mauritania, right, and you can lie and you get a lot of money, because that's the end goal at the end of the day. If you can make it here and you could get a shitload of money here in Mauritania, right? You can do that also in the U.S., right? So like, why you're favoring to immigrate
I told
for?
you, if a person is
Yeah.
trying to sustain his own morality, his own principles,
Yeah.
with the fact that he's gaining money,
Yeah.
with the fact that he's evolving, this is not a country in which you can evolve.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you must sacrifice one of them. If you want money, you have to step on your own morality, on your own principles. If you want to be principled, you have to be all the time on the sidewalk.
Don't you get like it depends on the kind of job that you have?
We know people here who are impartial.
Okay, let me
honest.
add-
Wait.
Yeah, like
They
if you're a
have been-
teacher-
They have been in.
I'll talk about
in
teaching.
imposters. Wait, they have in imposters. They have been in tenures that could have made them really rich, but they are not. Why? Because they are principled.
Yeah.
Though they are qualified, they have experience, and so on and so forth. I can give you examples, but I'm not trying to name anyone.
Okay.
But this is the fact.
Yeah.
They're very noticeable. Maybe some people are able to verbalize this because they are courageous, and they.
Okay, let me add something here.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Let me add something. You make it sound like the way you put out the question. You make it sound like there is no other, like no job but those senior jobs. No,
Yeah.
they are jobs.
Yes.
There are some jobs here, definitely.
Yes.
But will those jobs satisfy your
your own
like
needs.
your own needs, basic needs?
Yeah.
Like, will they get it? Will they? Will they?
Satisfy-
Sustain your own survival.
Yeah.
Will they keep you?
Will they accumulate all
Yeah.
your needs?
Yeah.
Will they?
Yes,
give
they
you-
do.
No, they don't.
For
give
some
you the-
people, they
you know,
do.
Okay, let's
No, no,
wait.
no.
Let's yeah, Yousouf, what you
I mean,
said.
like as an honorable life
Yeah.
that can meet your basic needs, and
Yeah.
of course a little bit more beyond,
Yes.
where you feel comfortable in your own skin. You
Yes.
can move around. You can travel. You can back. You can feel really free and independent.
Mhm.
No, you cannot have
You
that
can't.
that
You
no,
just- you
with
have-
normal job. You cannot do that.
Okay, so but that's
show me any
that's
any
good.
job, any basic job that accessible for ordinary people,
Yeah.
where you can buy a car from.
Yeah, but you don't. You can live comfortably without a car.
Build a house.
But can't you live comfortably without having a car?
Can you? But can you without a house?
But why
Most
not?
people have houses. Most
Why
people.
not?
Don't
When
say
it's-
most people.
when
Wait,
it's-
wait, don't say
when
most
it's the
people.
diamond
Oh.
and
Because what you-
Few
everywhere.
people.
No.
I mean, at least in Darnay.
A minimum, let's say a small portion of people who have houses,
Oh, really?
and they own other houses, which they hire, which they rent to others.
I mean,
I
in
don't know,
poor.
I've never-
I mean,
like,
in
there's
poor
no-
areas, like for example in Darnay, I would say most of houses, people they own their houses. All like people are building, but yeah, but there are times where you are renting. But renting is also everywhere.
It's everywhere, but the problem is not renting. It's not
Yeah.
the accessibility of renting and having
Good.
houses around.
Okay.
The problem is that are there salaries that are paid to people who are ordinary, who are average, who are mundane,
Yeah.
to sustain their own existence without stealing, without
No,
doing things?
no, not at all.
But
And at the same time, just
Yeah.
let's be rational.
yeah.
Let's be rational.
Like,
At the same
if you
time-
steal,
at the
how
same
much you
time-
gonna get,
no, at the
it-
same time,
These
at the
are
same time-
facts.
Yeah,
But-
wait. At the same time, I would say, what was the word? Yeah. At the same At the same time, prices are high of the things that can sustain you and can keep you alive.
Okay.
And you know this because we live here in a country.
All right.
Everybody knows, even if you are rich or poor, you know the reality. Maybe some people they try just to be optimistic, and they don't look through the lenses of reality, and they're trying
They
to
are
sustain their own
delusional.
hopefulness, and so on and so forth. You see? So this is the idea of me saying this.
Okay.
If like, let's go back to the question.
Okay.
Do you support immigration or not?
Yeah,
I
okay.
told you have two choices, and you are free. You've been born free.
Okay.
If you are a man or a woman who is trying to be principled and who want to see his face in the mirror and laugh and respect himself or herself, and at the same time trying to evolve, trying to survive, trying to gain money, this is not a place in which you can fulfill both conditions.
Yeah.
But if you are a guy or a woman or whatever, a person
Okay.
who doesn't care about the values, who doesn't care about morality, what he wants or what she wants,
Okay.
it's just his needs to be met.
Okay.
No matter the means is, the end must be satisfying.
Okay.
So this is your own ground, and you can flourish.
And flourish, definitely.
So this is the idea.
All right. All right. Yusuf, do you want to add something?
I think I'm tired of adding something.
All right. This is almost 1 hour.
Yeah.
So this is the end of the podcast. Thank you, Sidi Mohamed and Yousouf, for joining us.
Thank you. I was a
Thank you
bit
for
tired,
having
so my thoughts wasn't that clear.
Thank you
That's good.
very much for having us.
I mean,
Sorry
I
to
think
give
if-
some facts, by the way.
What about?
I mean, most of the things that are really clear that you don't need any proof to add for it. It's like
materialize them in front.
I mean, I don't. But for me personally, I don't think they are facts because
No,
they are based on opinion
facts
and.
facts is a big
based
word.
on opinion.
Oh yeah, it's
At
not
least-
facts.
We're
At
talking
least-
about the
at least-
majority of people
yeah,
here.
at-
It's
at
not
least-
only me and you.
Yeah,
and
but
him.
I know. But for
It's-
me, it's just not a fact.
Yeah, at least is close to reality, more than the
I mean, yeah, it could be
more than-
real.
More than the illusory.
I'm really sure.
The vision
I'm
of
really
our
sure
own
that
reality.
I'm not exaggerating. at
Yeah,
all.
we like for
It's
example, how can
really clear.
Yeah, but when you
The
say
condition
something,
we're
no.
living in, me
Can I?
and many of the ordinary people here.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, you can argue that. Someone else can argue that that's not the facts, and you can't disapprove them. Like we don't have an outer source that we can go to and check if that's a fact or not, right? At the end of the day, it's
but let's not forget
okay.
that, for example, reality
That is
is
really
perceived. Wait, reality is perceived not only through the sensory analysis of reality, but as well through experience.
Yeah, true.
If you experience something on a daily basis, you don't experience it yourself, but you see it every day.
Yeah.
It's undeniable.
It's out there.
I mean, yeah.
So we see and we know and we see on social media
Yeah.
how people are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they are not qualified, not because they are not good, but because they are not given a chance
Okay.
to keep their own principles with the fact. I mean,
I feel like definitely we are.
Yeah.
I think like definitely in general we are in a poor country, right? But
Not in a poor country, bro.
we're not in a poor country.
No. we are in a country that is rich but is not wait,
I
wait.
feel it coming.
No, I'm not just no, I'm not.
No, I think.
There.
We just because
Okay, go
what
ahead.
what
Go
we
ahead.
see. I'm not going to claim anything,
Okay.
but I would say this: what we see is that we have a treasure.
Uh-huh.
We have a lot of natural sources,
Yeah.
and we have as well, if I can say, mineral sources,
Okay.
and we have a lot of things that can, if they are organized, if they are
Who's gonna organize it?
Wait, no, I'm not going to go to that side. But if they are distributed,
Okay.
and if they are, for example, managed in a way that is fair enough and is not money driven, is not unfair, things will be good. Everyone is going to be flourishing
Yeah.
because we have what it takes. Because we are only about 5 million.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be sad that you and Yousouf, you're not gonna be here to
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
to
like, we don't
partake in
know.
that. Okay.
What's the just?
I mean, if you're going to immigrate, but okay. All right, guys, this is 1 hour 10 minutes. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you for the back and forth. Yeah.
Invitation and the host.
And for those people out there, hope you enjoyed watching the video. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about their opinions on immigration, relationships, women, and motivation in general. We would be glad to have them over again. And if you wanna, challenge their ideas. All right, guys, thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for having us.